Good morning, family and friends. Hi. So I am in I don't know what exactly the city's called, where UIUC, University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign is located, a top 33 ranking university out of 100 or 200 in the US basically. Um, it's the school that I'm trying to attend is apparently the best for librarians for at least the graduate school. But masters or not masters, bachelors is also in the top as well. So I decided to drive 2 hour and 30 minutes yesterday, and I drove here while the mind control technologies of Nazi crap that's been going on or whatever was struggle. It was really it was a lot of mind back and forth, just tiring and just evil basically of things that I was forced to witness in my mind through these weaponries. Um, for the people that don't know, just visit targetedjustice.com. Havana syndrome or whatever, like microwave weapons from cell towers, etc., that these nerdy scientists in our great US of A, not being sarcastic there, but you get what I'm saying, are doing to certain citizens like me, unfortunately, after I started attending a mega church in Virginia called KCPC. All these things have happened, and it's been ongoing for 10 plus years. That's where it began, but I don't know exactly if it started because of me attending there, if that made sense. If it happened because of that place is what I meant. So anyways, seems like the school is very nice. I didn't really check it yet, but I drove, around the area a little bit, like going to McDonald's and whatnot this morning, and they would not give me my 60 cents or so. This is it's been a while since these things have happened to me in my life. I got robbed of 60 plus cents or whatnot. So I was asking the employee, I know it's kind of early, maybe that's why they're kind of grumpy or whatnot too, maybe, I don't know. But they're the employees, they need to, have some kind of courtesy and such, as employees, and know how to work basically. They were just rude and such. So what happened was, I was asking them in the front, can I get an iced latte, or how do I order or whatnot? Can I order here? Because they had the little machine where you order your food, and then they said to use that basically, but not in a way that I can understand easily, if that made sense. And then so with common sense, I just used the machine basically, and then it didn't work. It says you need cash or something like that, which I did not have. So I went to a different machine and I used it. And then basically, I got the iced latte, ordered that is. And then when I was waiting, they told me there's no iced latte. So I was like, okay, then give me, iced coffee instead, large iced coffee. And so they make the iced coffee and they give it to me. And then I said, okay, so, eventually I was drinking the coffee and I was about to leave, and then I remembered that I was like, oh, this coffee is cheaper than the iced latte, and so I need the difference back, of 60 cents or whatever. And then there were two employees there. One was the manager, and the other guy was just the employee basically. And the employee would just constantly giggle and laugh like it's something funny, honestly, when it's not even that funny, honestly. It's early in the morning. I couldn't even get my sleep schedule has been crumb basically due to stress and school and whatnot, and all this mind weaponry. What is it called? Mind reading weaponry and all this garbage that's going on. I'm taking care of my health. I go for walks. I eat decently. I exercise and such. And I drink coffee and such when I'm tired and so stuff like that. And coffee is actually good for you if you drink moderately. So I'm doing all these things to take care of the health. And, it's just like, I'm tired and whatnot, if that made sense. And so anyway, So utilizing my best buddy, blessings from Elon Musk, the ChatGPT, the AI basically, and like these things happen in the past, like these kind of robbings and scams. But I didn't have like uh, a AI tool to ask what do I need to do in these situations because you're new to it. I never experienced that where somebody scams you when they work at a franchise or whatever you call it, like McDonald's or whatever, like in front of the cameras and everything. So anyway, I then asked for the 60 cents or so, and the guy's like, the manager's basically saying, "Oh, there's a camera here. I can't use a cashier to give you the money." So I'm like, what is he talking about? It's my money that's rightfully mine, and he wouldn't give it to me. So thankfully, it was only 60 cents or so. Safety incoming. So anyways, so anyways, yeah, like I, you know, just this kind of ridiculousness, and the reviews are so high too. It's like 4 stars out of 5 online too, which is very strange, honestly. How I was witnessing and experiences bad compared to the reviews from other people. Maybe because I'm a TI. Maybe that's the reason, or I don't know. I hope other people don't go through what I went through, but. So anyways, yeah. Just some thoughts. I don't know. Oh yeah, solo loque, and for the people that don't know what that means, is when you talk to yourself basically, um, in front of an audience, and something to it. Just look it up. It's called solo loque. Do your best spelling and try to see the definition. I can't really explain it that well at the moment, but anyways, yeah. So I've been doing solo loque, and it's draining basically. It's tiring, frustrating, evil basically, with the microwave weapons. And coincidentally, if I haven't talked about it in this video, Robert Duncan, that I talked about on Facebook in the past, he's a doctor, a guy that went to Harvard, a guy that worked for the CIA, and was one of the 5,000 scientists, I believe, that made V2K, Voice of God weapons. It mimics schizophrenia, basically. It makes a person hear voices, basically, through a technology. They hack into your brain waves that we all have, like signals, like Wi-Fi on a computer or whatnot, those kind of signals being hacked, and then relaying messages, kind of like that. Our brains have waves too, kind of similar to, not similar, but something as an example, to compare that is. And so it can get hacked, and they can do whatever they want with, to us. So me being kind of a realist, if that makes sense, if I'm, terming that correctly, I was like, okay, our minds are hacked. I'm a TI, and I'm a pretty, straightforward, I like to say I'm an intelligent guy, honestly, but I'm not trying to brag here or anything. But so I'm like, okay, so I went through all this BS, Satanism. I'm a Christian, number one world religion, American veteran, honorably served in the U.S. Armed Forces, all these things, And what I witnessed through the mind control weaponry are, it's crazy. I've battled Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, the top. You name it, name anybody, name the top evil beings or top people with the money, world's money, or powers or whatever. I battled them all basically with Batman. I see Batman all the time, and thankfully, oh yes, you won't believe this. Years back, I don't know where it was. I was living in Airbnb due to homelessness and whatnot, and living off a veteran's disability basically. And I didn't have the 100% PNT. I had like 50%, which was much less. And I was living in Airbnbs, is what I kind of remembered. And so I'm just schizophrenic, mind control weapon and whatnot. A TI, walking around and checking out the area or whatnot. I think I ordered food that day, and in an African restaurant possibly, And so I walk outside, and there's a pole there, right in front of me. And then I say, "Oh, my name is Daniel Chungo Kim." So I said, my initials are DCK. And then I put an I because that's who I am. Dick I am. And then a lightning hits the pole. Bang, like that. At the instant moment. So I'm like, this is a message from the heavens that, as a TI Batman, Dick doesn't always mean Batman, but there's a Batman named Dick Grayson is why I was saying I'm Batman and whatnot like that, if that kind of makes sense. So, I said, I am DCK, Dick I am Batman, lightning hits the pool. So is that a message from the heavens that, and then I'm talking with Batman now all the time, from Batman Beyond, the animation, senior Batman, for the people that know what I'm talking about. And so, those things have happened. And you won't believe it, but these things have happened with me. And it's reality. It's not that hard to believe. It's an AI generation. We have robots now with Elon Musk. All these things are not hard to believe. And I really, truly hope that America will wake up, honestly, and end this nightmare and this evil of mind control weaponry. And, the victims are mostly women for those obvious reasons of sexual, rape and attacks, basically, by these weapons. So, for people that care, obviously, about that kind of stuff, and everybody has not everyone, but most people have mothers, sisters, cousins, and etc., grandmothers, aunts, and so on, are vulnerable to these attacks, mostly, the women. And I'm not a woman, I'm a man, but I go through it. I don't know if they're going harder on me because I'm a man that went to the army and got my honorable discharge, because I experienced flames on my body and it was just scary. And I also, one time in Korea, in the apartment that I was living in with my grandmother, I experienced what do you call it? Something like gassing in my body. I was sitting down on the cycle thing when you're trying to the little exercise machine where it's like a bicycle thing, We had that, and then so I was sitting on it, just kind of whatever, and then all of a sudden I would feel my body like gassing, like like a thing that would cause explosions, So I was like, I was scared. I was like, my God, like through the mind or the body, like they were, putting the gas into my body, if that makes sense. And then you get a lighter, then boom, that kind of impact, that kind of crazy insanity is what I experienced in Korea when I fled the USA, thinking, these scumbags, these Nazi scientists or Dr. Greens or whatever the hell they're called, that are doing these to American citizens and people, at least whatever, I'm for these weapons if it's used on enemies of the American citizens, but they're doing it to American citizens as well. Like, what is the reason for that? I could not understand that. I could not really see what the purpose is. We're called guinea pigs. There's a man named Dr. John Hall, whom is a friend of Robert Duncan. He's a doctor. I don't know exactly what medical field or medical, he does or whatever you call it. And so he says that we are guinea pigs. Those animals that are studied in the lab rats, I think. He has a book called Guinea Pigs, I think. And so, it's really unfortunate for me in this situation, in that kind of, train of thought. And also, like, wow, I will be for these weapons because other nations have it too. It's not only the U.S., Russia, China, North Korea, whatever, the nations that are not allies of the U.S., basically, also have them, and they do to their own citizens as well, which is crazy, But I'm saying, like, okay, we're not in war with them. Maybe, like, Taliban's, I think, or did we become, like, butt buddies with them now? I can't remember exactly all this insanity that's been going on. But, just for example, when we used to be enemies, that was, they, what was it? Utilizing these microwave attacks and such, you know, is understandable. But they do it to their own citizens as well is the problem. That's why, and I'm a victim of it, and it sucks as hell. I take my medicine, they label me as a schizophrenic. I don't know if I really am one, but I still take it because I'm afraid of the extremes that I experience, like burning in the body and, gasoline through the body or whatever, and like, pop basically, if that made sense, or explosion of the body instantaneously after that, kind of, extremes basically. So anyway, it's early in the morning. I haven't blogged in a very, very long time. I've been, so for my friends and audience here, life has been hell. It's been hell, but I am still walking the walk, talking the talk, keeping my head high, above or whatnot, taking care of my health. So yeah, just going to school. I'm working on my associates at this age. I'm 35 already. It's really frustrating and stressful because, I am, what do you call it? I am, just, how do you explain it? The black sheep, I guess, the black duck or whatnot, out of the Asian community due to my addiction in video games and such, growing up in high school. I have a younger sister and a brother, and my sister is a PA, physician assistant. My brother is an RN, registered nurse, so they are well off with their school. They're done with it, and they are successful in their careers and whatnot, married and so on and so forth. Whereas me, I have a beard growing on as a Korean American, looking kind of, it doesn't look too bad in my opinion, which is why I'm growing it, but not really that kind of standard, that stereotype or that kind of success or whatnot at the moment. And it's really just hard on me, my friends would say, don't compare yourself to others, but how can you not, That's who I am though. That's your identity. And I'm behind them, far behind. But I have an excellent godly reason of why I am behind, because I'm a TI, a targeted individual. By these, I'm a guinea pig of this crap that's been going on in the US of A. And I read upon years ago that some of the people went to court and they won, money, like millions at least, something like that, And so yeah, my ideas are going like, to many different places at once. But in the school I attended in Virginia, I went to a school called community college called Northern Virginia Community College in Annandale campus in the city of Annandale. And they slandered me, and so I got suspended for 3 years when I got straight A's the previous semester. And then so I didn't know what to do about it. And I don't think ChatGPT existed at that time to ask what you're supposed to do when you're suspended over something you didn't do anything wrong of. Nor did I have, my mind was stable enough to like think through and know what to do about it, if without ChatGPT or so on and so forth. And yes, I recommend people utilizing ChatGPT as a miracle worker for me, for school or anything. Honestly, it's amazing, in my opinion. Just it's a very helpful tool, is what I'm saying. But anyways, so keeping in track with the topic, yes. So I hired an attorney and I informed him of my situation, that I was slandered and I got suspended for 3 years and so on and so forth, And there's a statute of limitations. Even as a guy with schizophrenia and TI, the mind control weaponry attacks and such, he said there's a statute of limitations, so you can't do anything about it, because the time has passed. So I'm frustrated. I'm like, wow, these guys, I know they went to court for the actual microwave attacks or whatever definitions they have used and made the million. I know it's, but like my plan was to go to court for it and then, win the court case, and then like basically stack onto all the things that I've gone through as a TI, you know, and have the evidence and the successes and win rate and wins I meant as well, you know, showing that I have won, you know, against all these, you know, TI activities and whatnot, and just feel good about it, obviously. I don't know, I can't really get to the point possibly at the moment. I can't really think. I've been waking up at 2:30 in the morning, chugging Red Bull and coffee at times or whatnot, you know, to stay awake. Yeah, stress and sleep and that kind of stuff. So anyways, long video. I haven't blogged in a very long time. I hope my family and friends hear me out and, you know, research these things that I'm talking about. It could be any one of you, especially women in your family, you know. So take this seriously if you guys can. You know, I don't know if I'm the guy that you guys would think, you know, to, you know, hear and be like, oh my God, oh my gosh, Daniel said it. Daniel Kim said it, so, you know, it must be true kind of thing. But you don't have to believe me, you know, but the resources and the facts are all there. There are books about it, doctors, CIA, NSA, so on and so forth, and evidences, and Richard Lighthouse this, or John Hall that, Dr. John Hall that, Dr. Robert Duncan that, Karen Melton Stewart this, you know, and so on and so forth. All these people with respectable professions in high places are talking about it, you know, and it's not that hard to believe, you know, a Wi-Fi, you know, brain waves, you know, AI generation, technology, you know, mind control, Nazi, Dr. Werner von Braun, buried in Alexandria, Virginia, US of A, where I used to live, coincidentally with that too, and all these things. So anyways, a lot of epic stuff here, a lot of crazy stuff. I hope somebody with that power would see this video and give me a hand, possibly, if that's possible, against all these criminals that's been bothering me and my family through far away weapons, you know, no privacy whatsoever and so on, mind reading and perversions and wickedness and just straight evil. Yeah, keep in touch. Not keep. What am I trying to say? You know, what do you call it? I can't remember what I was exactly trying to say, but what I'm trying to say was, you know, watch me over. I'm gonna be blogging probably again. This is a good stress reliever too when I'm verbally speaking out and kind of like, you know, I know I gotta do some readings later for homework, but it's kind of hard to read when you don't get much sleep and such. It's kind of hard to process it. So I'm kind of like, you know, frustrated and stressed out due to all this, you know, BS going on. And, you know, it's a nice feeling to blog about it and then talk to my therapist about it too. Yeah, so all my friends and families and people out there that are going through struggles and all these things in general as well, but especially as TIs like me, all you women out there especially, because you guys are the most vulnerable and targeted, you know, you got to take care of your health. You got to sleep, good quality, 7 hours of sleep at least or so. Eat, you know, 2-3 meals, mostly 3 meals, obviously, you know, exercise, get those good, you know, heavy breathing exercises, cardio and such. And yoga is one of the best. I researched, Harvard professor said yoga is one of the best stress relievers. You know, a lot of the ladies do this, but you know, I'm trying to learn it too, but it's been a struggle due to all this nonsense going on. I also want to learn Taekwondo, TKD, South Korean martial arts one day. You know, it's not free, so it's been kind of tough because I actually too much info here, TMI maybe, but events and adventures for single people. I subscribe to that scam not a scam honestly, but kind of a scam in the sense that once you sign up for it, there's a contract for 3 years of paying $150 every month, which is ridiculous. Even if you don't go to it, they take your $150 for 3 years, which is, I think, a scam, honestly. You know, you can't even get out of it. You know, after the 3 days, that you sign up. When you sign up to 3 days and you want to leave, then you can. But after the 3 days, I think if that's the right number, you cannot get out of that contract. It's ridiculous, to me, single people, honestly, and go on little meetings and have fun and drink or whatnot too at times, It's stupid, honestly. $150 for 3 years? That's ridiculous, in my honest opinion. It's like a car payment, It's not cheap, and it's not just cheap, but that 3-year obligation is ridiculous. It's like a military contract. Once you're in, you have to go with it, if that made sense. Because I was in the Army, but anyway, so a lot of thoughts here, message early in the morning here. I hope my YouTube gets seen by many people, my experiences and my struggles and survival from all this mind control Nazi weaponry here in the U.S. I truly hope whoever is the next president soon, Trump or Kamala, I truly hope they see into this kind of insanity, as like I said numerous times and over, which I'm gonna always mention, because it's the truth. Women are the most targeted. So people with mothers, sisters, aunts, grandmothers, nieces are, most vulnerable to this kind of wickedness here in the U.S. and the world, basically. So, check out targetedjustice.com, Dr. John Hall Guinea Pigs, Dr. Robert Duncan, he has his own books. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but he got murdered recently. And coincidentally, when I moved from Virginia to Illinois on July, he got murdered. He's only like in his 50s. And I spoke with him on Facebook and such. Didn't get to meet the man, but I thought it was crazy. And then coincidentally, I had a assignment in anthropology class, and this guy that I was assigned with also moved to this same state as I live in, Illinois, on July. That kind of coincidence constantly happens in my life. I have all the evidence, and I can just lay it down in the court, basically. But I stopped taking the pictures of the evidences because nobody would believe me, And I'll be like right in your face. All of this is here, Mind control, and me and my family have been targeted for at least 10 years, And not just me, but all these people in the U.S. We're a nation of freedom and justice and liberty, not North Korea or Afghanistan and such. We should be putting an example for others, setting an example for others to live by. We as a nation should not be going through these kind of things, As a Christian nation, especially as a fellow Christian as well, this kind of absurd, insane things should not be taking place. There's a reason I believe possibly, maybe I may be a speaker one day. I'm not going to become a congressman and such. That's not my hope and dreams. I want to become a librarian. That's what I researched, and this is why I'm visiting UIUC, because it's a good university for that. But, it's like, I believe that Christ has a purpose for me to become this TI, to maybe speak about it one day, or at least blog about it for other people to kind of relate to, and at least, have some kind of, comfortable feeling, when I post, that they can relate and comment and such. So anyways, a lot of talk here, 30-minute video basically. I hope everybody has a blessed day. It's been a very long time since I blogged. I will post some other time possibly. Hopefully not too soon. I've been posting too many times in the past. Many a day at a time like that, which was kind of, too much. So I hope everybody stays safe and are aware, and I hope this kind of nonsense of mind control weaponry all ends in the U.S. and the world soon. And please pray for me. My name is Daniel, for the people that don't know. I am going through a lot of stress from school and mind control weapons because of mind control weapons. Otherwise, school wouldn't be that bad, you know, and so on and so forth. Please pray for my schizophrenia, my family, and such, and keep me in your prayers. And I will do the same for anybody who wants, you know, for me to pray. So anyways, hope everybody has a blessed day. All right, signing out. Thanks.